before there was Chris Pratt and Jack Black, there was Bob Hoskins and Dennis Hopper. We saw the original Super Mario Brothers, so you know what that means.
How did Schwarzenegger grow a baby in his belly? Rock a rhinestone vest while ripping Justin to Kelly. Or maybe see a burlesque show with Nick Crow and take a boat with speed to hitting cruise control. J-Man, Big Paul in the beautiful June. Gonna take you from the goob all the way to the room. Ran the games of Street Fighter, helped to blow off steam. Just a sucker punch the odd life of Timothy Green. Sharknado, the birdemic, how we staying alive. They call it in the badass and he's on the line. Cranking 88 minutes cause they cool as ice. Cause a bad Jim Varney looking kinda nice. Paul and June getting literal, Jason is getting laid. June is making sure all the monkey shots getting paid. They judge a bunch of movies while they making the grade. Here's a real question for you, how did this get made? That's a good look, Haru.
What's that smell?
Hello, people of Earth, and welcome to Matinee Monday. I'm your host, Paul Scheer, and this is a chance to go back into the How Did This Get Made vault to give you a taste, a little sampling of some episodes that have been out of the rotation for a little bit. We're going to be putting them back into the main feed so you can listen to them at your leisure. But let's first talk about this film, Super Mario Brothers, 1993. It's a film that really gets everything wrong about making a video game movie. First of all, the Mario Brothers, not actually brothers. No, they're not brothers. It makes no sense. There are so many things about this movie that are off and weird that it kind of transcends and becomes something really, truly special. I mean, Dennis Hopper is giving a Blue Velvet level performance in this film. We're going to play you a clip in a little bit where he talks to a pile of goo, and you know what? It works. I mean, it really, really works. This is the first time that How Did This Get Made ever did a live question and answer with the audience. We never went into the audience before the show, and Jenny Slate is our guest. You know Jenny Slate from Marcel the Shell and just all of her great performances in TV and film. But this is one of our first How Did This Get Made episodes, so you'll hear some things that are a little bit different. And some things that, we didn't even touch on this, was the fact that Tom Hanks couldn't get cast as one of the Mario brothers in this film because after Turner and Hooch and Joe versus the Volcano, the studio thought that he wasn't a box office draw. But if you're going to watch this movie, look out for Fiona Shaw, who plays Bob Hoskins' assistant. She plays Aunt Petunia in Harry Potter, but she also is Marva Andor in Andor. She's fantastic in this. There's so much to unpack here. Jenny Slate was a great guest, and I believe this was live at Bumbershoot. So take a listen to us dissecting Dennis Hopper talking to a pile of goo.
Dennis Hopper does some also solid acting in this movie too.
Yeah.
Doesn't cheat it, brings it 100%, even when he is doing a scene with a pile of goo.
Like boogers.
Yeah. I will play you the scene of him doing a scene.
If you're wondering whether there is sentient goo in this movie, there is.
And the sentient goo will give the Mario Brothers gifts.
If you just
It helps
trust
them
it.
out.
If you got to
have to
trust it.
You have to.
The goo looks a little bit like pasta. All right, so here's the goo.
My, you have let yourself go. You see? I'm not such a bad guy. You always wanted to be everywhere? Well, now you are. And I want to tell you something. You can go ahead and choke this little mushroom kingdom all you want. Because I'm out of here. I'm out into the bigger world. I got a couple of plumbers bringing me the rest of the meteorite. Soon to be dead plumbers. And by the way, you really ought to try to pull yourself back together again. Slime bucket.
All right, so if you can't see this, it is a tight close-up on Dennis Hopper as just literally like just an oozing fountain of goo is just shooting out. He was doing a scene with goo.
I love that he left the chair there for the goo, though.
Yeah.
Because the goo, just for those of you who can't put it together, because it's pretty obvious. The goo is the former king of this universe, or this dimension rather, who Dennis Hopper put through the de-evolution machine and reduced him to
goo
a
state.
fungus. He is a fungus, and everybody is like, the fungus, you have to be cleaned of the fungus. And then meanwhile, the fungus is, right? Mushrooms are a thing in the game, right? And
Yes.
he keeps the goo keeps trying to give them mushrooms, and they don't really do dick with them.
Well, only at the end when Bob Hoskins is able to shoot the devolver gun back at Dennis Hopper.
Oh, the mushroom grows.
Yeah,
that's
the mushroom
right.
goes because he trusts the mushroom.
Finally.
I mean, that's the whole lesson.
That's it.
Luigi's telling him from the very beginning, trust my skills, trust my this, trust my that. Luigi gives him no reason to trust him because every time Luigi does something, it's dumb. But at the end of the movie, he goes, well, let me just try trusting him one
I'm
time.
starting to understand what was happening with the character arcs. So Luigi's arc. Well, no, Luigi's teaching Mario to really just trust in the universe, trust that things are going to happen for a reason, just trust and believe. And Mario is trying to teach Luigi over and over to use the tools that he has with him.
So
Wow.
you're saying
Yeah.
Luigi?
June just broke it down, broke it open. Take a bow. Take a bow.
That is
wow,
that
wow,
is
wow,
June's
wow.
June's final episode of How Did This Get Made?
She figured it out. She figured it out better than the 9 scriptwriters.
That is a pretty heavy like one is to put your faith in a higher power and one is to believe in yourself.
Yeah,
There's some pretty
pretty
real
much.
religious messages going on in this movie.
Absolutely.
And then I guess the answer is do a little bit of both.
I will say, watch this movie. Watch this movie because that scene with Dennis Hopper in the pile of goo is awesome. What's more awesome is the pile of goo is Samantha Mathis's father, and when she is reunited with the goo, it's amazing.
I wish
It
you.
is.
It's wonderful.
It is bonkers. She has has a oh my god, like you're my father, like as if to say
Yeah.
she was reunited with a real man
Yeah.
for the first time, an orphan finding her father, except that it is
goo.
dripping jizz bucket.
Well, not only that.
Which and the
It is
jizz
like-
and the jizz bucket does get turned into Lance Hendrickson at the end of the movie.
yes.
But also, before that, when he's still goo, right after Daisy meets him, John Leguizamo, Luigi also meets him and is introduced to him. It's as though he's meeting her dad for the first
Yes.
time as a pile of goo.
She's like,
And he's
hold on.
nervous
She
and
goes,
he's like,
hang on. There's somebody I want you to meet. This is my father. Literally, as like a stalactite of jizz erupts from the ceiling. Stalagmite, which is the one that hangs down.
Either way, in this movie, it doesn't make a difference because in the dinosaur world, it's the opposite.
Nice.
Okay, Super Mario Brothers is now in our main feed, so go see the movie, then go watch this, and then listen to us. It's a big week of Mario for you, but I think you will enjoy it. And for more of Matinee Monday, watch us every Monday here on YouTube. Like, subscribe, do all the things that you do, and make sure you're following us on Apple Podcasts or just, subscribing to us wherever you get your podcasts. Tell your friends. We love this show. It's a lot of fun. See you next time for Matinee Monday. I'm Paul Scheer.